Yeah. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in honor of Ryan. If you could all have a seat, we will begin shortly. The eulogy will be read by Donna Hott.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. It means a lot to Ryan and everyone. Sorry, I gotta get my papers in order. Okay, Ryan Leo Hott came into this world on May 1st, 1987. He was the first child born to Rick and Donna Hott in Dawson Creek. He already had an excited older brother, Brian, who was very happy to meet him. Later, his younger brother, Pat, would join the family. Ryan was a fighter from the get-go and underwent heart surgery in Edmonton at the Stollery Hospital. When he was 3 months old, he would also later have further heart surgeries at the age of 3 and 13. He grew up in the Beaver Lodge and Dawson Creek area, where he had many, many friends of all ages. Ryan has a kind-spirited was a kind spirited, gentle soul. There were many happy memories of vacations with Grandpa and Grandma Brown, where the favorite saying of the kids at any campsite was, well, supper's over, let's mingle with the locals. Okay, Ben and Nellie also provided the boys a wonderland where the grandkids had their Jeeps and were able to repair them on their own. The boys spent nearly every weekend and summers at Grandpa and Grandma's Brown's, and all the neighborhood kids there became close friends as well. Donna recalled a story, well, I recalled a story, sorry, where her dad had ordered a truck full of barrels, empty plastic barrels. The boys, as boys will, stacked them up, climbed on them, and even tried to reach the power line. What could possibly go wrong? I also recalled that Ryan was the only person she knows with the patience and perseverance to jack up and balance a three-wheel tricycle. I say that he had the mouth of a trucker and the heart of a saint. He was a bit of a trickster, always trying to pull down Uncle Keith's pants at some inopportune times. Poor Uncle Keith, that was. He was also the only great grandson to get away with calling his great grandma Gracie Baby. Ryan also hates spending his money. One time he went to visit Keith at the senior's home at lunchtime. Keith asked him if he had lunch. He said, "Nah." So Keith gave Ryan his last $10. Ryan says, "Thank you, I didn't want to break my 20." And this one's for Pat. Pat asked me to share this one with you. They were driving to Dawson. They got to Gumbo Gulch, and oh boy, they had to pee. So up the gravel pit they go, shut the truck off. Yeah, okay, that's better. Middle of summer, hotter than heck. No drinks, nothing. They go to start the truck. Truck wouldn't start. So off they start walking. Well, nobody's home, of course, so they had to walk 5 clicks. They get a hold of Grandpa. Grandpa goes to the rescue. 5 minutes later, the truck's running, and they were mad. And then Ryan was a proud graduate of Beaver Lodge Regional High Class of 2006. After high school, he worked for some time delivering water for Rob Brown. Following this, Pat and Ryan worked at cleaning rig pipe at, around Lloyd and Grand Prairie. It was at that time that he was to meet his fiancée, Autumn, at the hotel where they stayed. Autumn was the reason Ryan looked for and found a full-time job in Lloydminster and driving cement truck for Border City Concrete. Ryan also was, Ryan was taken from us all far too suddenly on January 25th at his home in Lloydminster. Ryan will be missed by many. Aunts, uncles, cousins, extended family, and many, many friends. Ryan was a great example of living life, and in his short time here on earth touched the hearts and souls of many people. His passing leaves a hole in many hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, Meemaw, for sharing. We will go forward with lunch and an open mic. If you would like to share a memory, come on up. If not, enjoy the slideshow and mingling with the locals.
Hello, I'm Alice Eagle. My husband Dave and I are next door neighbors. To tell you about Ryan, I thought through the many conversations that we had over the years, and I would like to share some of the highlights with you. They will reveal who Ryan was. Ryan would knock on the door and say, "Hey neighbor, how are you doing?" And then we would have a visit. Before I recount those conversations, I want to say a few words to Autumn. First of all, I have to tell you, Ryan loved you very much, and you know that. He was so pleased with the life you were building together, and both of you were stronger together. He spoke with such respect, awe, and admiration about you. He was so proud of you, and he so gladly brought over some of your banana bread, pumpkin tarts, butter tarts, homemade apple juice, and more, that both of you so enthusiastically shared. Autumn, he cared deeply for you, and he cared for everyone around him. We had many of the "Hey neighbor" conversations. At that time, those conversations may have seemed just talk, not important. But upon reflection, I realized they were about everything that is important. It was the sharing of our everyday lives and the trying to make sense of it all. And through these conversations, Ryan had the ability to connect with people and to make people connect with each other. To his employer, Border City Concrete, who was Ryan? Ryan was a model employee. He always understood the privilege of working for you. He understood your investment in the equipment and the load he was carrying, and also the investment in him and his work ethic. He had a sixth sense about driving. He just knew how to maneuver a big truck on the highway to get a load where it had to go and to come back. He had massive driving confidence. He was always aware of the weather, the road conditions, and the load. He told us about maneuvering a truck down a difficult road at the North Saskatchewan River, getting the load down, then bringing the truck back up. He told us about the number of gears the truck had and how they were used. That driving took skill, confidence, and nerve, and a simultaneous understanding of all of the forces at play. Who was Ryan to us? Ryan was a helper. He helped us carrying out the entertainment center and also hauled away a lot of my old school stuff. We would hear a sound outside, a scrape, scrape. We would be having supper probably, and Ryan was outside, shoveling our sidewalk and driveway. We were so grateful for that, being that Dave had had hip replacement surgery and I had knee surgery. Ryan was such a positive influence. His enthusiasm and excitement and motivation to share his positivity made everyone's day. We heard about all of the projects, some of which were the back deck, the gazebo, and getting the trailer ready for camping. He had joy in the ordinary things that keep us going, and we heard about all of those activities too. The camping trips, going to the concerts in Edmonton, going north or south to visit family and friends, making ribs. I hope you copied down the recipe, Autumn. And putting on solar lights on the fence posts. Ryan shared. We were able to get a lot of consumer information from him. Where to get the best hamburger at the most reasonable price. Where the best Chinese food was. Where to get the best whippersnipper. And where to get the best pair of work boots. Ryan had so much common sense, and he just knew. They say it takes a community to raise a child. Many of you here have had input into the child you raised to become a very good young man. He spoke of many of you. I can only mention a few of you. To his mom, I remember how worried he was when you had your health challenges and were hospitalized in Edmonton. We remember him telling us about going to visit you, and we remember his concern. His grandpa, he told us how expertly you restored the yellow truck. He was so proud to have it for the summer and to be able to drive it around. Dave and I are sorry we didn't ask him for a ride in it. To his friends, Billy and Charlie, whose mom passed away just recently, he told us you were great friends growing up, and he had to drive the 8 hours to be with you at that sad time. He talked about you, Kent, and that is how we got to do some of the work for us. And he talked about you, Chris. That is how we knew where you worked. I can't mention all of you. We heard all about family and friends. We feel we know you, so many of you, because Ryan talked so much about you. From our conversations, I realized Ryan cared for all of you, and we feel he also cared about us. People don't talk about what is important to them. They just go about their day. But if one is observant, it is obvious what people are all about. Ryan was all about people and relationships. So, what now? How do we cope with this loss? I believe to honor Ryan, we can follow his rays of sunshine and be like him. Personable, respectful, caring, and helpful. May we carry the example of his legacy forward. Ryan, respectful, kind, and caring. That was the Ryan we knew.
Little town outside of Knoxville, heading by some dogwood trees. She tried talking with my accent. We held hands and waded into that blue water. She left her flip-flops by my Red Wings on the beach. Yeah, but now I'm dodging potholes in my sunburned Silverado, like a heartbroken desperado, headed right back to my roots. Something about the way she kissed me tells me she loved Eastern Tennessee. Yeah, but all I brought back with me was some sand in my boots. Yeah, I said, let's go.
Welcome to come up and share some stories and memories. I think that was, again, the family's intention, is that we could still have all of these pictures playing and get to watch them. But if maybe a picture or a story brings to mind, feel free to still come up. The family would very much like to hear the stories or the things that come to mind as you guys are viewing the slideshow. There is also cards out over on the side here as well too. If anybody doesn't feel comfortable getting up and sharing, they're able to just write down a memory and leave that for the family afterwards as well too. But again, as the pictures are playing, still feel free to come up and share a story.
Hi. I'm the owner of the yellow truck. Okay. I guess that's the best way to introduce myself. Sorry, what happened? Trouble. I remember holding him when he was less than an hour old. And Donna said to me, "Dad, don't let the doctor go. There's something the matter with him." And I walked into Dr. Aylward in Dawson Creek, and I said, "Doc," I said, "Donna says there's something the matter with this baby. You just checked him over and you said he's fine." He says, "Well, Ben," he says, "I've learned to listen." He said, "I'll stay here until Donna says to go." About an hour, excuse me, about an hour and a half later, Ryan started to turn color. Rick was there, Don was there. And you see that story of leaving on the jet plane. Remember Rick? I'll tell you folks, that jet plane was a large one. And that little baby, there was no room for Donna to go with that baby. There was so much equipment. It took 8 people to lift that baby into that airplane to get him to help in Edmonton. And so, like I say, he had a main part of my life, that's for sure. I got to tell you, folks, this is the toughest time of my life. I trying to get it together. Thanks to Margot here, lady. She's trying to keep me together. But thanks to the border with the Ready Mix Plan, introduced me to all the fellas that he worked with and the different people that he did different things around the job. And then it was just great the way you guys worked together. And like I say, with Billy and Charlie, you got to know them really good. Ryan and his grandmother were just 2 people that were just inseparable. All the years that we're at the hospital and, spending back and forth, that yellow damn Charger you had, Rick, jeez. Takes it to a tire shop, and they couldn't believe it. They did the front end work, and they said, it's impossible. Told the guys to go check it over again. There's got to be something the matter. Rick kept it in such good shape and back and forth. Run back and forth to Edmonton and stuff like that, many trips. I remember, Ryan, just a couple of months, at that time my phone bill was $500. But no, he was a great asset. When he was 8 years old, when coming 9, just like any grandfather, I bought him 2 Jeeps. Everybody says, "Well, how long does the battery last?" I said, "What does yours last?" And they said, "Oh, God, Grandpa, you didn't." I bought him 2 CJ7s with normal 36-inch super swampers and 6-inch lift skits. One time in one summer, that riding this Jeep, they put almost 80 kilometers on 2 acres. Would you like to figure how many times around that doggone place they went? When they started out in the spring, I brought in 11 barrels of gas, of course, purple. You know, I went to fill that truck after they started back to school, and there was no gas. They went through 11 barrels. That's at 220 liters. You figure it out, you know. But anyhow, he gave us a lot of joy. He was a special. We got a dozen grand, a dozen great, but I'll tell you, he was one of the special ones. And anybody knows, have ever met the man, you know what I'm talking about, being a special, special soul. I know it's going to be tough going on without him, but I'm just glad to see so many people here, and a shame they're like up there. They'd be love to have come down too, but I just want to thank everybody for coming, and thanks for being such a part of his life. We're all going to miss him. Thank you.
Oh, Ryan's dad, and just a little add on to one of Ben's little stories about the Jeeps. I just bought a new Dodge Diesel there the one year, and it was in the winter time, and they're out horsing around. Yeah, Ryan and Pat, and got the Jeeps going and cruising through the deep snow, and truck's brand new, and they say, "Oh, come on, Dad," he says, "you think your truck will go through here? Brand new truck." And we went out on his acreage there, and I said, "Oh yeah." So, so I was chasing the boys around with a new truck behind the old Jeeps. Got the truck stuck, but oh well, I got it out on it there. But and then yeah, after Ryan's passing, came up to Autumn's here, and we had a little talk, and Autumn said, "Yeah, Ryan, you come home and tell Autumn, you know, how his day went," and you know, we just chatter, which Ryan was always that way. Talk to anybody and everything, and so then I told Autumn about the story when I had Pat and Ryan with me. We went out to my dad's. He had a peat moss thing, and we went to go do a delivery in the truck. So I was driving, and we were going through Hotte, and Grandpa Hotte says, "Stop here at the little convenience store." So he goes in, comes out with 2 bags of spits, because from 4 miles from the farm to Hotte, Ryan chatter, asking questions. And so after Grandpa gives him the bags of spits, it was a quiet trip to wherever, I can't remember, I think it was Grand Prairie somewhere, all the way there and all the way back. They were, and Autumn says, "Well, why couldn't you told me that sooner? Some days it would have been nice just to have a little peace." Oh, really? Yeah, no, gonna miss him dearly. Okay, thanks.
One my heart and soul confided in, the one I felt the safest with, the one who knew just what to say to make me laugh again, and let the light back in. I miss my friend, I miss my friend, I miss my friend. I miss my friend. guess I learned it from my granddad. I like the shirts with the little pearl snaps. I'd die in boots if it was up to me. They'd bury me in blue jeans. Couldn't be a cowboy, I'm 100 years late. I'm a 6-string poet and a radio slave. I never asked for too many things, just bury me in blue jeans. And I know there's so far to go. Got the roots of an oak and a tumbleweed soul. When my time's up, all this good old boy needs is to bury me in blue jeans. I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a dad. I'm a thankful one for everything I have. I'm not gonna regret the past when they bury me in blue jeans. And I know there's so far to go. Got the roots of an oak and a tumbleweed soul. When my time's up, all this good old boy needs is to bury me in blue jeans. Something faded and worn in the knees, fits like a glove and frayed at the seams. And throw this old guitar in there, please, when you bury me in blue jeans.
This is on a loop, so if people can get welcome to have a meal or anything, snacks, whatever. This is on a loop, so if you miss it, you'll come around again and whatnot. You can visit. Okay. Thanks.
Give me so far to go. Give me roots of an oak. I got a tumbleweed soul. So far to go. So far to go. Years old, couple cane posts sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16, it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I turn my helmet in, walk to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10 and I cried, man, next time to get in here I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time goes by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Give myself 5 more minutes. In '86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished. Just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old life will leave you wishing that you had 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
You can tell your old man you'll do some largemouth fish in another town. You just got too much on your plate to bait and cast a line. You can always put a rain check in his hand till you can't. You can keep putting off forever with that girl whose heart you hold, swearing that you'll last someday further down the road. You can always put a diamond on her hand till you can't. If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it. 'Cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can. There's a box of greasy parts sitting in the trunk of that 65, still waiting on you and your granddad to bring it back to life. You can always get around to fixing up that Pontiac till you can't. If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it. 'Cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can. So take that phone call from your mama and just talk away, 'cause you'll never know how bad you wanna till you can't someday. Don't wait on tomorrow, 'cause tomorrow may not show. Say your sorries, your I love yous, 'cause man, you never know. If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can. Yeah, if you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, until you can. Till you can. Yeah. Take it.
We were golden, we were fire, we were magic. Yeah, and they all knew our names all over town. We had it made in the middle of the madness. We were neon in a gray crowd. Yeah, we wrote our own story, full of blood, sweat, and heartbeats. We didn't do it for the fame or the glory, but we went down in history. Yeah, we were legends, loving you, baby. It was heaven. But everyone wondered, we never questioned. Closed our eyes and took on the world together. Do you remember? We were crazy, tragic and epic and so amazing. I'll always wear the crown that you gave me. We will always stay lost in forever. And they'll remember we were legends, like we were written down in permanent marker. Not even the brightest sun could ever fade. Come whichever hell or high water, it was always me and you either way. Hey, we wrote our own story, full of blood, sweat, and heartbeats. We didn't do it for the fame or the glory. We just did it for you and me. And that's why we were legends, loving you, baby. It was heaven. But everyone wondered, we never questioned.
a fist fight. Kinda county line, kinda cold beer. Little hat down, little John Deere. I kinda give a damn, I kinda don't care. You see the girl standing right there. She loves a small town boy like me. She's my ride or die, baby. She's my cool, she's my crazy. She's my laid back in the front seat. She's my with me till the end, girl. I'm turning up the 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She likes my t-shirt, she likes my old boots. Likes to slow dance to some old school. She take a full moon over them city nights, and I ain't scared to get all up in them bright lights. Yeah, I can smooth it out, I can stick it up. I guess that's why she can't get enough of a small town boy like me. She's my ride or die, baby. She's my cool, she's my crazy. She's my laid back in the front seat. She's my with me till the end, girl. I'm turning up the 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She loves a small town boy like me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a sure thing. I'm a go-to. I'm a rock star. She ain't gonna ever lose a small town boy like me. I'm a ride or die, baby. I'm a cool, I'm a crazy. I'm a laid back in the front seat. I'm so with you till the end, girl. Let's turn it up to 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She's my ride or die, baby. She's my cool, she's my crazy. She's my laid back in the front seat. She's my with me till the end, girl. I'm turning up to 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She loves a small town boy like me. Yeah, she loves a small town boy like me.
A cold beer's got 12 ounces. A good truck's got maybe 300,000. You only get so much until it's gone. Duracells in a mag light, a needle drop on a 45 are the kind of things that only last so long. When the new wears off and they get to getting old, sooner or later time's gonna take its toll. They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen us together, or the way the moonlight dances in your eyes. Just a t-shirt in the kitchen with no makeup and a million other things that I could look at my whole life. A love like that makes a man have second thoughts. Maybe some things last forever after all. The FM station on the outskirts, blue jeans after years of shift work, are fading out like I always knew they would. The strings on this guitar, the first love lost on a young heart. Those things are gonna break after the getting's good. 'Cause the new wears off and they get to Storm clouds building and they're rolling round. I can feel the thunder as it shakes the ground. Momentary complication. Static on the radio station. Steady on now, gonna keep my course. Tell my heart that it ain't looking back no more. No time for desperation. Set my destination, please. No one ever promised it would be easy. Come on, why don't we go on the journey? Leave the doubt and worry, rising far as I see. Come on, baby, ready, set, 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it is, just beyond the sunset, a place that we ain't been, yeah, won't ever get to be unless we go on the journey. They say traveling is half the fun, but I'm in it to win it, gotta get it done. I know it's gonna be better when we finally get there. This ain't no maybe, baby, halfway here. Ain't no stopping till we reach the end, and then we're just getting started. Be still my beating heart, oh please. Nothing worth it's ever gonna be easy. Come on, why don't we go on the journey? Leave the doubt and worry, rising far as I see. Come on, baby, ready, say 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, just beyond the sunset, a place that we ain't been, yeah, won't ever get to be unless we go on the journey. A million miles, a million ways that we could go. Oh, but there's only one way home. A million ways that we could go. Oh, take me home, country road on the journey. Leave the doubt and worry, rising far as I see. Come on, baby, ready, say 1, 2, 3. Oh, there it is, just beyond the sunset, a place that we ain't been, yeah, won't ever get to be unless we go on the journey. Leave the doubt and worry, rising far as I see. Come on, baby, ready, say 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, just beyond the sunset, a place that we ain't been, yeah, we'll never get to be unless we go on the journey.
He's a phone call to his parents. He's a Bible by the bed. He's the t-shirt that I'm wearing. He's the song stuck in my head. He's solid and he's steady like the Allegheny runs. He knows just where he's going and he's proud of where he's from. One of the good ones. He's one of the good ones. Love me like he should, one like he wrote the book, one. The kind you find when you don't even love one. Anybody can Anybody can be good once, but he's good all the time. He's one of the good ones, and he's on mine. He's one of the good ones, he's on mine.
Preacher said he died too young. Over there, it's old that gun for Uncle Sam and our freedom. Mom and Daddy dressed in black, they folded up that flag, handed it to Dad, started praying. Yeah, and he went out, 21 guns blazing, and that's one hell of an amen. That's the only way to go, fighting the good fight till the good Lord calls you home. So beware, my friend, till I see you again. Yeah, this is our last goodbye. It's a hell of an amen. Doctor said he ain't got long. He just smiled, said, bring it on. Well, if you think I'm scared, you got me on. No, a little cancer can't bring me. My heart's rhyming, I believe. We all hit our knees and started praying. Lord, he never gave up. Said the good Lord's waiting. That's one hell of an amen. That's the only way just take my hand, and I'll be the man your dad hoped that I'd be, and we'll build this love from the ground up, for worse or for better, and I will be all you need. Beside you I'll stand through the good and the bad. We'll give all that we have, and we'll build this love from the ground up. This life will go by in the blink of an eye, but I wouldn't want to spend it without you by my side. The clouds are gonna roll, the earth's gonna shake, but I'll be a shelter through the wind and the rain, and we'll build this love from the ground up, now till forever. It's all of me, all of you. Just take my hand, and I'll be the man your dad hoped that I'd be, and we'll build this love from the ground up, for worse or for better, and I will be all you need. Beside you I'll stand through the good and the bad. We'll give all that we have, and we'll build this love from the ground up. Someday we'll wake up with thousands of pictures of 65 years in this little house. I won't trade for nothing the life that we built. I'll kiss you goodnight and say I love you still, and we'll build this love from the ground up, for worse or for better, and I will be all you need. Beside you I'll stand through the good and the bad. We'll give all that we have, and we'll build this love from the ground up. From the ground
I want the end to be easier than the start. You were a hopeful heart that shattered apart. I wanna say goodbye and disappear. Don't wanna watch if you break down into tears. Don't try to make me stay, 'cause I ain't gonna change my mind.
Take a good look at the pain in my face before you walk away. Memorize all the hurt in my eyes, not what I say. I'm gonna give you what you wanted, though my heart will never stop. Tell you that I'm fine, even though not. You're gonna know for the rest of your life this is true. I'm never getting over you. I'm never getting over you.
We'll move on and you'll find somebody new. With everything I can never be for you. It's hard to hear, but time is a broken heart's best friend. And there's a morning waiting for you, even know what could have been. What could have been.
Take a good look at the pain in my face before you
want it, though my heart will never stop. Tell you that I'm fine, even though I'm not. You're gonna know for the rest of your life. This is true. I'm never getting over you. I'm never getting over you. I can't stop you from leaving, and you can't stop me from loving you. So take a good look at the pain before you walk away. Memorize all this hurt, not what I say. I'm gonna give you what you wanted, though my heart will never stop. Tell you that I'm fine, even though I'm not. You're gonna know for the rest of your life. This is true. I'm never getting over you. 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 Last night I had a crazy dream. Wish was granted just for me. It could be for anything. I didn't ask for money or a mansion in Malibu. I simply wished for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, maybe I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day. First thing I do is pray for time to crawl. I'd unplug the telephone, keep the TV off. I'd hold you every second, say a million I love yous. That's what I do with one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, maybe I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more time, one more sunset, maybe I'd be satisfied. But then again, I know what it would do. Leave me wishing still for one more day. Leave me wishing still for one more day. Leave me wishing still for one more day with you. One more day, one more day. No one knows about the things that I've been through with you. There were times I drive you nearly mental, but when you're mad, you're still beautiful. And I know that I'm punching way above. So lucky that we fell in love. Sometimes I wonder, am I enough? 'Cause you could have someone without a belly or a temper, perfect teeth, hair growing where it's meant. You know my lips are all I can hold against you. This is all that I'll ever need, you and I. Hello, my love. I've been searching for someone like you for most my life. Happiness ain't a thing I'm used to. You could have fallen hard for anyone. Plenty of fish in the sea. Hey, now for all of time, I know it's just my angel and me. No one knows about all the good things you do. When people take advantage of you, your heart is pure and so beautiful. And I know that it's just the way you are. Father's eyes but mother's daughter. And you tell me that you don't give enough. Now I found someone with all the boxes that I wanted. If your love is all I ever wanted, set my heart on fire, I needed something. This is all I wanted to be, you and I. Hello, my love. I've been searching for someone like you for most my life. Happiness ain't a thing I'm used to. You could have fallen hard for anyone. Plenty of fish in the sea. Hey, now for all of time, I know it's just my angel and me. Someone without a belly or a temper, perfect teeth, hair growing where it's meant to. You know my lips are all I can hold against you. This is all that I'll ever need, you and I. You and I.